What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K21 Next Gen for another build guide video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all how to build the best Damian Lillard build in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. This build is super good. It's good all around at finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense, and it also has really good physicals, so it's a super good all around point guard build. And I'm going to show y'all how to build it right here. But before we get into that, I just want to mention really quickly, if y'all are not subbed to my channel yet, make sure you click that subscribe button. Only about 2% of people who watch my videos are actually subbed to my channel, so if you click that sub button right now, you can join the 2% gang. I really appreciate it, helps out a lot. But with all that being said, without any further ado, let's get right into the video here. Alright, so in this first screen, nothing really matters too much. The only thing that's important is you want your position to be a point guard. That's right, this is an actual point guard build. It's not a power forward that I just put down to 6'7" and say it's a Damian Lillard build. This is a actual point guard, and it's still really good. So you want to have your position right there as point guard. The hand, that doesn't matter. Jersey number, that doesn't matter. And also the name doesn't matter. You can set those up however you want as long as you have the position as point guard. Then go ahead and click continue. Now for the body settings for this build, first off for the height right here, you're going to want to go ahead and bring this up 1 inch to 6'4" right here. Now I know Damian Lillard's height is between 6'3" and 6'4", but for this build you do want to be 6'4". It gives you a slight height advantage, and considering that most guards are going to be about 6'6", 6'7", you're definitely going to want to have that extra inch so that you can guard them, and you really don't lose anything too important. You don't lose any speed, you don't lose any acceleration, nothing like that. The only thing that's kind of important that you lose is speed with ball, but that's really not too big of a deal because you're still going to have a better speed with ball than most other builds that play guard, so you'll be good right there. 6'4". Then for the weight right here, you do want to bring this down a few pounds to 184 pounds right here. And you could see the reason you bring it down to this is it brings your speed up to a 93, your acceleration up to a 93. And remember, once you get into the Gatorade facility, you can get those up by another +4. So they'll be all the way up to 97 each, which is really good. Plus it gets your speed with ball back up, and it changes a few other things, but nothing too important. You do want to bring the weight down to 184 right there though, so that you can get those extra speed, considering that's one of the most important attributes. And if you bring it down any further, you don't really gain anything. And if you bring it up any higher, you lose that speed. Don't want that. So 184. Then for the wingspan right here, you do also want to bring this up by 2 inches to 6'9", and you can see you barely lose anything by moving it up. You lose one ball handle, and that's basically it. You gain some defense, and also this allows you to get your driving dunk all the way up to 95, which is really good because Damian Lillard is a really good dunker, really underrated. So it's good that you can get that up so high on this build, just at the wingspan, 6'9" right there. Perfect spot to be. Then you can go down to the body shape right here. This doesn't matter. You can choose whichever you want. Doesn't affect the build in any way. Doesn't change the attributes or the badges. All it does is change how the build looks. So for me, I'll probably just go ahead and pick defined because I think it's the most similar to Lillard. But again, you can choose whichever one you want. It's really personal preference. Then go ahead and click continue. Now for the attribute and badge distribution right here, first off for the finishing, you're just going to want to go ahead and max out your driving layup as well as your driving dunk and your standing dunk, just like that. And then you can actually go back up to your layup and move this down by 2 and not lose any finishing badges. So that will give you 9 finishing badges with all of the good ones on Hall of Fame. And I will show you how to put on the badges at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. But you can see you can get basically every single good finishing badge onto Hall of Fame. So just like that for the finishing is more than good enough. Then you can go down to the shooting right here. First off, you're going to want to go ahead and max out your mid-range, max out your three-pointer, and put your free throw up to a 55 right here, and that will give you 17 shooting badges. And again, every single good shooting badge onto Hall of Fame right off the rip. So that's really good right there. You're going to be a lights out shooter from any range. You're never going to be missing. Obviously your super good attributes to go along with all those badges, you're never going to be missing. You'll be a super good shooter. So just leave your shooting just like that. Then you can go down to the playmaking. For playmaking, you want to max out ball handle, speed with ball, and then put your pass accuracy up right here to a 59, and that will give you 12 playmaking badges, which again is enough. And as you can see, every single good playmaking badge onto either gold or Hall of Fame. So you're going to be good right there for the playmaking, same as the other ones. And some of these gold badges will actually be able to get up to Hall of Fame once you get above 95 overall. So if you watch until the end of the video, I will actually show you which gold badges will be able to get up to Hall of Fame. So make sure you watch till the end so you can see that. But this is good for the playmaking. Pro dribble moves, obviously, with the ball handle. Pass accuracy, that's more than enough. Trust me, you're going to have no problem making passes with a 59 pass accuracy. So then you can go down to the defense right here. For defense, you want to go ahead and max out perimeter defense, which is really the most important thing. And then you want to max out your defensive rebound as well. And then move your offensive rebound up a little bit more so that it gets up to a 58 and gets you those 10 defense badges. Now the reason you upgrade your defense like this and not the steal or the block. Well, I'll show you in a second, but trust me, this is the best way to have the defense. Just go down to your physicals. First of all, max out speed, put acceleration up to max, but then bring it down 1. That's very important because that last 1 acceleration actually does take a lot out of you. So then you want to max out your stamina, and then you can put your remaining attributes right there into vertical. So you see right here, you have 10 defense badges, and your rebound and perimeter defense are upgraded, which is the most important things. But if you bring down the rebound, let's say you put these both down to 0, and you want your steal upgraded instead, boom, that gets up to a 33 and gives 0 defense badges. So just think about that for 1 second. Would you rather have a 33 steal, which is basically nothing compared to a 25, it's basically the same thing, and 0 defense badges? Or would you rather have your rebound upgraded and get 10 defense badges? I think it's a pretty obvious choice, but I mean, you could decide for yourself. If you wanted to upgrade your steal or your block doesn't take as much as steal, but if you wanted to upgrade these, you would have to take a ton of attributes out of, you know, any of these other categories really. You basically have to either give up all of your finishing or like most of your playmaking, all of your pass accuracy. Like, it's really not worth it. So just upgrade your defense just like this. You'll be good enough on defense, and you'll be good enough all around with these attributes and badges. So once you have them all looking like this, you can go ahead and click continue. Now for the takeover right here, obviously some personal preference. You have the option between the slasher, shot creator, sharpshooter, and lockdown takeovers. For me, for the Damian Lillard build, I think I'll take a sharpshooter, probably limitless range as my primary, and as my secondary, I'll take probably ankle breaking shots. But again, you can choose whichever ones you want. It's really personal preference, really just depends on your playstyle. But for me, these are the best ones for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes. And then as you can see right here, boom, two-way scoring machine, shades of Damian Lillard, who I compare it to as well, John Morant, and Mohamed Abdul-Rauf. So yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and take a quick second, like I said, to show you how to put on the badges for this build. I recommend you stick around for this. It'll only take a second, and it will also show you which badges that showed as gold on the previous screen will actually be able to get up to Hall of Fame. So I recommend you stick around. Just max this out so you can see all the final attributes, then go ahead and click continue. Now for the finishing badges right here, first of all, you're going to want to get Posterizer all the way up to Hall of Fame, Slithery Finisher all the way up to Hall of Fame, and then Acrobat onto Bronze, just like that. You could also alternatively put Slithery down to Gold and Acrobat onto Silver. Really just personal preference how you want to set that up, but this is definitely the best way to set up the finishing badges for this build. Obviously not a ton of badges, but it will be enough. Remember, you do have a 95 layup, 95 dunk, or a 93 layup and a 95 dunk, so you will be more than good enough at finishing. Just go ahead and say yes. Now for the shooting badges right here, first off, you're going to want to go ahead and get Hot Shot as long as you took a shooting takeover, which I did, so you're going to want to get that. Then you're going to want Deep Threes all the way up to Hall of Fame, Hot Zone Hunter up to Hall of Fame, as long as you have Hot Zones. Then you're going to want Blinders onto Bronze, Deadeye onto Gold, and with your last badge right here, you have some personal preference. You can go with Rhythm Shooter, Volume Shooter, Stop and Pop, really whatever you want, even Catch and Shoot if you're catching and shooting a lot. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and put this last badge right here into Rhythm Shooter, just like that. And this is how I'm going to set up the shooting badges for this build. Again, not a lot of different shooting badges, but these few that you have upgraded how you have them will be more than enough. You'll be able to shoot super consistently with this build, trust me. So just go ahead and say yes. Now for the playmaking right here, first off, you're going to want to go ahead and get Handles for Days and Quick First Step both onto Hall of Fame. Again, Quick First Step is one of those badges that showed as gold on the previous screen, but actually can get up to Hall of Fame, so that's good. Then with your remaining badges right here, you're just going to want to get Unpluckable onto Silver, and then you can get Ankle Breaker onto Bronze and Space Creator onto Bronze if you took the ankle breaking shots takeover like me. Because these two badges on Bronze will be more than enough to get every single ankle breaker. You're going to be amazing. You're going to be breaking ankles with these two badges, and all you need them on is Bronze. You don't need them any higher than that. So just set up the playmaking badges just like this, and you'll be good. Go ahead and say yes. Now for the defense badges right here, first off, you're going to want to go ahead and get Clamps all the way up to Hall of Fame. Then if you took a defensive takeover, you're going to want to get Hot Stopper all the way up to Hall of Fame. I didn't, so I'm just going to ignore that. Instead, I'm going to get Pick Dodger all the way up to Hall of Fame, just like that. And then with my last two badges right here, I'm going to go ahead and get Tireless Defender onto Silver, just like that. This is how I'm going to set up the defense badges for this build. Again, you'll be more than good enough at defense with this build. 95 perimeter defense, Hall of Fame Clamps, Hall of Fame Pick Dodger, Silver Tireless Defender. You're going to be good, so just go ahead and say yes, just like that. And there you guys go. That's how you build the best Damian Lillard actual point guard build in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, sub to my channel if you're new. Like I said, only 2% of people who watch my videos are actually subbed to my channel. So if you click that sub button right now, you can join the 2% gang. Really appreciate it. But yeah, with all that being said, that's going to be it. Alright, peace.